ההרצאה שלו נקראת Social Business Solutions. קבלו את אנדריאס, ניקלס. There you go, thank you. Stage is yours.
Welcome to all of you. Today I'd like to talk about social business solutions, but first of all I'd like to thank Go Social and our local business partner Sedora for giving me the opportunity to participate at this conference. I am Andreas Nicklas and I'm from Zurich, Switzerland. I'm working for Lithium, and I have responsibility for business development in EMEA. In addition, I give lectures at the Technical University in Munich and the University in Zurich for e-commerce, social media, and social business. And I'm also running a research project with the University of Zurich about companies using social, especially the biggest ones in Europe. The value of social is user engagement and user-generated content. And the way how to deliver user-generated content is simply by running a vibrant, interactive community integrated, and that's important with social networks. This platform can be used for social business processes, and I'd like to show you today some use cases running these kind of social business processes, and I like also to show you the business benefits of social business processes. The area of push marketing is definitely over. A recent study from Nielsen is showing that just 14% of us are still believing in traditional brand marketing, brand messages, or advertising. However, 90% of us believe in information from peers, colleagues, or from friends. So this is a dramatic change. I mean, did you buy, for example, a product online the last 7 days? And if so, did you have a look at the reviews and you decided your purchase decision simply by reading through these reviews? If you look at Amazon, for example, their major asset of their business model is not that they're selling something online. There are 1,000 others. Also, their asset is not that you can buy something cheaper at Amazon. There are also many cheap online retailers. The big asset of Amazon are the rating and reviews and their logistic. So people are going to Amazon simply because before they buy a product, they like to see what is the experience with that product of other customers. And that's the power of social. Also today, we share our experience with brands, with products, and with services, with our friends, with colleagues, with anybody else. And for that reason, nothing is hidden anymore. And the transparency of the internet era is simply brutal. And definitely the times are over where you can use traditional marketing, push marketing, to polish the weaknesses of your products, your brand, or your services. And this shows the power of user-generated content where all the social business processes are built on. And the best way how to produce or generate this kind of content is by running a community integrated with social networks. This slide is showing the different social business processes, and usually it starts, of course, with social marketing. So it's about generating awareness for your brand, your products, or your services, for example, by word of mouth, or by using user-gen content to improve the traffic of your portal. The next step is that people are using the opinion of experts to further consider products or the opinion of other customers who already purchased a product they're interested in. And this leads to the social commerce process, which is built on evaluation. So people are using, for example, reviews or knowledge base or advocates or a community to ask others about their experience to decide which product to buy. And for example, if a product they're looking for within the review section does fit to their needs, they maybe move it directly into the shop and buy it. However, there are several ways, and we have a lot of customers doing that, to integrate social commerce with retail, for example. And once people bought a product, they use it and they like to share their experience with others. So within a community, they discuss their experience, and they maybe experience a problem, a defect of the product or the service, and they need help. And they ask other peers in the community to help them. So they don't use the traditional way in picking up a phone and calling it a call center. So they use the community, and we call it peer-to-peer support, or we call it also social support. A lot of our clients are doing this, and they see, for example, like British Telecom, a call deflection within the call centers of 50%, because people today are heavily using social channels for social support. And once you are satisfied with your product, you are getting loyal. If you're happy with the product, you will be also an advocate. So you're enlisted for a specific brand or specific product. And advocacy means that you recommend this product to others, so the loop starts again. You help others to buy the product, you share experience, you contribute by writing articles, and. So these are, in a short overview, the social business processes, but not to forget social innovation, which is built on advocacy and people giving you valuable hints how to improve your product, your brand, or your services. And again, as mentioned earlier, it's built on user-generated content, on trusted content. And as you remember, 90% of the people today believe in user-generated content and they trust it. The next slide is a different view of the slide I explained earlier. It shows the social customer journey. And if you remember the different components I explained earlier of the social business processes, are simply mapped on this social customer journey. It's important to understand that the customer journey for every company looks different. So it's important for you to, and this slide is just an example, not a generic one. It's very important that you understand your own customer journey, and then you try to figure out what are the components of the social business processes and how social can contribute to the success of your customer journey, and then you can call it a social customer journey. I mentioned earlier that it makes sense to integrate communities and social networks or social channels. Social channels are a very good tool for customer acquisition and to generate awareness. And therefore, it's important to acknowledge the power of social networks. However, the more successful your social channels are, the more the traffic of your portal will suck. We see this with all of our customers. And the only way to get the traffic of your portal back is simply by integrating social networks with your community. So you will get back the vibrancy and the interaction simply because a community allows you in a much, much better way than social networks to engage with your target groups. It also brings back the user-gen content, which is such such an important asset for you, back to you, it's owned by you, back to your portal. And the same is true for your target groups, because you, for example, can convert Facebook accounts into community accounts. And this helps you to own your own target groups, and they are not longer owned by the social channels. And the next slide shows the architecture behind such a solution. So in the middle layer, you have the community itself. And the most important thing about a community, and this is where we differentiate against all others, is that a community needs to be vibrant. If people do not interact, if people do not share information, the community is simply useless. And on top of the community, we built the so-called social apps supporting the different business processes. I just explained you. It's available, of course, on mobiles, and it integrates the social channels and the social networks. It's also important to understand that the community is built on gamification and human science, and use very, very smart algorithm to make sure that this community is vibrant. The company I'm working for is Lithium. We are a young company headquartered in the Silicon Valley, and we already have 300 marquee companies worldwide being our customers, including Google, where we are very proud of, because Google Lithium is the only third-party software provider used by Google for the entire AdWords business. We are very strong in high-tech, telco, retail, and finance with our communities. And so far we have now 100 million monthly unique visitors, community members combined in our company. The next slide shows you how the typical social business journey looks like. It's based on data from McKinsey, and it shows the 5 different steps companies today are usually going through while implementing social business. The first step is, of course, that people are trying to understand how they can access their target groups by using social channels. The next step is that they are implementing social channel presences or social network presences, like a Facebook fan page, for example. And then we see a lot of people understanding that Facebook doesn't work for engagement. So, for example, if you publish an article on your Facebook fan page, less than 6% will access this article. So you need to pay to get more awareness. And for that reason, they buy, and this is step 3, communities, because communities help you to engage with your target groups. And the 4th step is to use this community for the social business processes I explained you earlier. And last but not least, the last step is to integrate these kind of social business processes with your back-end systems, for example, with your CRM system. I told you that I also like to show you some use cases. This is American Diabetes. It's a non-profit organization. And this is a use case to show the power of social marketing. So, for example, they see a factor of 9 in traffic improvement because communities are so strong for search engine optimization. Another example for social marketing is GiveGav. GiveGav is a daughter company of Telefonica in the UK, and 75% of their new subscribers are generated by word of mouth. So you can imagine how big the save in marketing expenses are if 75% of your new customers are generated without any additional marketing money. Sephora is a very good example of social commerce and how to integrate social with retail. Sephora is proving that the revenue of a community member is 2.5 times higher than the revenue of a non-community member. And as explained earlier, there are several ways why social leads to a higher commercial success. BT is a very good example for social support. Today, 53% of all of their clients' customers are now using social instead of a call center, social channels for support to raise customer service requests. And 53%, that's a huge number. And if you use a community for social support, most of the customer service requests are solved by the community itself. Less than 3% of all the incoming customer service requests need to be handled by the call center. And as you can imagine, the money British Telecom is saving is significant. And my last slide is showing how social innovation is working. So Cevu, which belongs to Groupe Casino, is the largest food retailer in France, and they are using crowdsourcing innovation to put the right products into their food stores. And the success of this social innovation use case is tremendous because it makes sure that the products Cevu is selling are exactly what their customers and the market is demanding. And if you like, we can share, of course, in more detail the business success of this use case with you. So that's it. I have 5 more minutes. Okay. No, she just told me 2 minutes to go. So, so I'd like to add two more slides. I showed you the use cases, and all of these use cases are, of course, come along with KPIs, with key performance indicators, allowing you to measure the business value of the social business processes. Of course, nobody would invest in social business processes if there's no business benefit. And as mentioned earlier, one way to look at it and one KPI is the improvement of the traffic of your portal. It is simply because that search engines like Google prioritize user-generated content in favor of any other content. And for that reason, we see a 60% improvement of traffic on your portal. And of course, your online shop, for example, is running on your portal. And for that reason, it's so important to direct the traffic from the social channels towards your portal, where your content, your company content is, and where your online shop is located. This is a reason why we did a study with Millward Brown, and this study shows the impact of people looking at your Facebook fan page, people follow you on Twitter, or people being a member on your community. And this study shows how this translates into the conversion rate for a retail or for an online shop, for example. And we investigated, or we analyzed 10 companies, and we found out that the average conversion rate and transaction rate is 2.5 higher in comparison to any other channels. And the other thing I talked about earlier when it comes to the social commerce process is advocacy, that you can ask other community members, other people to help you during the commerce process or the buying process or anything else you're interested in, for example, an expert community. And the so-called superfans, so the heavily engaged communities members, they spend 33 months in average in a community. And these people are doing this for free to you. So it's like employing very good employees or hiring very good employees for free. And then it comes to social support, and we have a lot of customers where we can show you the number of calls deflected by social support and also the greater efficiency of call centers, because a community will also help you to reduce the time a call center needs to serve a customer. And this all leads to a very high net promoter score. So people recommending your brand, your service, your product to others. I'd like to thank you very much to listening to my presentation. And in case you have any further questions, I will be here for the entire day, and I'm happy to talk to you. Thank you.